These people aren't from this planet. They've claimed to be from outer space, bringing stories so bizarre and disturbing that they blur the line between fascinating and downright terrifying. From government contacts to cosmic romances, these accounts will make you question everything you thought you knew about visitors from beyond our atmosphere. Curious? Join us and let's go. Number 17. Simon Parkes. British local politician Simon Parkes created international headlines when, while serving as a town councillor in Whitby, England, he publicly claimed his biological mother was a 9-foot-tall alien being. Parkes maintained these otherworldly connections while holding public office, creating an unprecedented situation in political history. According to Parkes, his first extraterrestrial encounter occurred at 6 months old, beginning a lifetime of interactions with various non-human entities. He described regular meetings with reptilian beings and insisted he fathered alien hybrid children with an entity he called the Cat Queen. What makes Parkes' case particularly disturbing is his willingness to risk his political career and public standing by making these claims openly while in office. Number 16. Boriska Kiprianovich. Volgograd, Russia gave birth to one of the most unsettling stories of potential extraterrestrial origin when Boris Kiprianovich, nicknamed Boriska, arrived on January 11, 1996. Unlike typical newborns, Boris allegedly began speaking at just 4 months old and displayed adult-like focus while still in diapers. His obsession with Mars emerged without any external influence. At age 7, during a camping trip, Boris shocked adults by sharing detailed accounts of his supposed past life on the Red Planet. His story gained so much attention that it appeared in Pravda, a major Russian newspaper. By age 11, Boris was giving interviews to Project Camelot, describing a Martian civilization that had destroyed itself through warfare and nuclear weapons. He identified himself as an indigo child, reincarnated on Earth to help humanity avoid Mars's fate. His accounts included references to ancient secrets hidden beneath the Great Sphinx in Egypt and survivors from Mars possessing hidden knowledge. Today, at 27, Boris has largely disappeared from public view. Some speculate he's living quietly, possibly under government surveillance, while others suggest he's blending into Moscow society. Number 15. Claude Vorilhon. Claude Maurice Marcel Vorilhon, better known as Rael, transformed from racing car enthusiast to controversial spiritual leader following what he describes as a life-changing extraterrestrial encounter in 1973. According to Rael, he met beings called the Elohim who revealed themselves as the scientific creators of human life. Rael's account directly challenges conventional religious narratives, proposing that humanity resulted from advanced genetic engineering by extraterrestrial scientists approximately 25,000 years ago. This alternative interpretation reframes biblical events like the Garden of Eden as components of a vast alien experiment. According to Rael, these beings assigned him as their messenger, tasking him with preparing humanity for their eventual return. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also take the opportunity to like the video so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 14. Vinny O. Los Angeles resident Vinny O took alien identity to extreme physical lengths. Beginning at age 17, Vinny embarked on a radical transformation using plastic surgery not just to alter appearance, but to transcend conventional humanity altogether. This journey started with lip procedures and expanded to include rhinoplasty, cheek and brow bone enhancement, skin treatments, and cryogenic facial freezing. For Vinny, these modifications weren't merely cosmetic, but represented a profound statement about identity, rejecting gender, sexuality, and even species classification in favor of something connected to the stars. The financial investment in this metamorphosis exceeds $50,000, but Vinny considers this insignificant compared to the value of authentic self-expression. Number 13. Pharaoh Akhenaten. Egypt's 18th dynasty pharaoh Akhenaten introduced such radical religious and artistic changes that his reign continues generating speculation about possible extraterrestrial influence. Akhenaten dramatically transformed Egyptian religion by abandoning traditional polytheism for worship of a single solar deity, the Aten. Accompanying this theological revolution came unprecedented artistic changes. Royal portraits suddenly depicted elongated skulls, almond-shaped eyes, thin necks, and distinctive body proportions, fundamentally different from previous Egyptian artistic conventions. These unusual representations have fueled theories about potential non-human appearance or influence. Akhenaten established an entirely new capital city, Amarna, dedicated to Aten worship, representing a complete break with centuries of Egyptian tradition. This combination of religious, artistic, and political disruption occurred with startling rapidity, leading some to question whether conventional historical explanations fully account for such dramatic transformation. After Akhenaten's death, subsequent pharaohs systematically dismantled his religious reforms, destroyed his monuments, and attempted to erase him from historical records. Number 12. Elizabeth Clare. South African Elizabeth Clare's extraordinary claims took alien encounters in a deeply personal direction. During the 1950s, she shared an unbelievable story about falling in love with an extraterrestrial named Akon and even bearing his child. Her cosmic romance began in 1956 on a hill in Natal, where she encountered Akon's spacecraft. Despite the intense heat radiating from it, Clare approached and embarked on what would become an interplanetary love story. Akon took her aboard his massive ship, which she described as containing gardens and natural environments. He told her they were destined for each other, suggesting Elizabeth's ancestry connected to Venus. Number 11. Nina Kulagina. Nina Kulagina's journey from tank regiment soldier in World War II to housewife with alleged extraterrestrial powers captures the imagination. Born in 1926, she became the subject of intense Soviet scientific interest due to her apparent psychokinetic abilities, moving objects without physical contact. For approximately 20 years, Soviet researchers studied her closely, attempting to understand the mechanism behind her capabilities. During the 1960s, silent black and white films documented her moving objects under strictly controlled conditions established by Soviet officials, attracting worldwide attention from psychic researchers. Number 10. The Brazilian abductee Antonio Villas-Boas. Before alien abduction became a cultural phenomenon, Brazilian farmer Antonio Villas-Boas reported an encounter so disturbing it would establish the pattern for decades of similar claims. On October 16, 1957, while plowing fields at night, the 23-year-old Boas claimed he was forcibly taken aboard a spacecraft and subjected to a terrifying medical procedure. What makes Boas's case particularly chilling is the clinical nature of his alleged experience. He described being stripped naked, covered with a strange gel, and having blood samples taken. Most disturbingly, Boas claimed his captors, short humanoids with large eyes, forced him to have sexual intercourse with a female entity who grunted and barked like an animal. The being pointed to her belly, then to the sky, suggesting she would take their offspring to another world. Medical professionals who examined Boas after the incident documented unusual symptoms: yellow lesions on his skin, prolonged nausea, and recurring headaches that lasted for months. Number 9. Valiant Thor. In 1957, a strange visitor arrived on Earth with an even stranger mission. Valiant Thor, claiming Venusian origins, didn't just wander around sharing cosmic wisdom. He went straight to the top, securing meetings at the Pentagon and supposedly engaging in serious discussions with President Eisenhower and Vice President Nixon about preventing nuclear war. Dr. Frank Stranges, deeply involved in religious mysteries, became Thor's earthly connection after meeting him in 1959. As proof of his extraterrestrial nature, Thor presented Stranges with a piece of space fabric while emphasizing spiritual teachings that aligned with Judeo-Christian traditions. During his 3-year Earth mission, Thor didn't waste time. Living modestly in Alexandria, Virginia, he pushed American leaders to embrace advanced technologies and prioritize spiritual development. Number 8. Dorothy Izat. Vancouver resident Dorothy Izat spent over 3 decades documenting what she claimed were communications with extraterrestrial beings. Between 1974 and 2007, she recorded over 30,000 film segments showing unusual light phenomena that experts struggled to explain. Dorothy's first contact allegedly occurred in 1974, when strange lights appeared outside her window. Instead of hiding, she grabbed a camera and began filming. The resulting footage showed bizarre light formations, including zigzagging patterns and strange symbols that conventional photography experts couldn't explain as camera malfunctions or environmental effects. What distinguishes Dorothy's case is the sheer volume of consistent documentation across different cameras and film types over decades. Analysis by film experts confirmed the lights weren't caused by camera defects or processing errors. Dorothy claimed these lights represented a form of communication from beings trying to establish contact with humans. Number 7. The Reed family. In 1969, the Reed family experienced something that would haunt them forever near Sheffield Bridge in Massachusetts. 9-year-old Tom Reed witnessed strange lights hovering over the water, with one ball of light actually touching the surface. Their car and a disc-shaped object formed a triangular pattern, flooding the surroundings with light, accompanied by a sound like an animal cry, before everything suddenly went dark and silent. When they regained awareness, they realized several hours had passed, with only fragmented memories of being in a large chamber. This incident sparked considerable controversy, making life difficult for the Reed family as they faced skepticism and disbelief. The experience fundamentally altered Tom Reed's worldview, leaving psychological scars that would never fully heal. Decades later, in 2015, the Great Barrington Historical Society officially recognized the Reed family's experience as a historically significant event. Number 6. George Adamski. George Adamski stands as a pivotal figure in 1940s and 1950s UFO contact literature, distinguishing himself by claiming direct, friendly interactions with human-like extraterrestrials. Unlike those reporting distant sightings, Adamski described detailed encounters with Nordic-appearing beings, journeys aboard their spacecraft, and visits to the moon and beyond. Adamski supported his assertions with photographs purportedly showing the visitors' vessels. His accounts weren't merely entertainment. He presented them as legitimate evidence of extraterrestrial contact, writing several books detailing his cosmic adventures that captured widespread public interest. His influence extended beyond UFO enthusiasts to become a foundational figure in the Space Brother movement, promoting peaceful coexistence with benevolent cosmic visitors. However, even within UFO research circles, Adamski's claims generated controversy, with many worried his elaborate narratives might undermine serious investigation into unidentified aerial phenomena. What makes Adamski's case particularly significant is its timing and cultural impact. Emerging during Cold War anxieties and the dawn of space exploration, his stories of advanced but peaceful beings offered a hopeful alternative to fears of hostile invasion or nuclear annihilation. Whether genuine experiences or calculated fiction, Adamski's accounts tapped into deep human longing for cosmic connection and guidance from more advanced civilizations. Number 5. Alex Collier. Alex Collier, formerly known as Ralph Amigron, brings one of the most expansive cosmic contact stories. As a former U.S. soldier, Collier claims communication with beings from the Andromeda galaxy since childhood, beginning in 1964, though he didn't share these experiences publicly until 1989. According to Collier, he was taken aboard a massive Andromedan spacecraft, 900 meters long with 24 levels, including a park that could simulate sunrise. Though he felt he spent 92 days aboard, only 18 minutes passed on Earth, highlighting the time-bending nature of his alleged experience. On this vessel, Collier described meeting various Andromedan beings, including an ancient, short entity and a tall, blue-skinned youth. The interior dimensions of the craft supposedly defied conventional physics, appearing impossibly large inside. What makes Collier's account particularly distinctive is the detailed sociological information he claims the Andromedans shared with him about humanity's cosmic history and future potential. Number 4. Giovanna Pata. Italian housewife Giovanna Pata's life changed dramatically in 1988 when she claimed beings from the Pleiades star cluster began regular communications. With no prior interest in extraterrestrial phenomena, Pata suddenly began producing detailed information about space technology and cosmic history that baffled scientific investigators. Pata's case attracted attention because multiple witnesses reported seeing unusual light phenomena around her home during her alleged communication sessions. She described the Pleiadian beings as humanoid, but with higher vibrational frequencies, making them difficult for most humans to perceive. During trance states, Pata spoke in unknown languages that linguistics experts could not identify as any known Earth tongue. Recording analysis showed these vocalizations contained consistent grammatical patterns, suggesting genuine language structure rather than random sounds. Number 3. Betty and Barney Hill. Betty and Barney Hill's 1961 experience near Portsmouth, New Hampshire, established the template for what would become thousands of reported alien abduction accounts. Returning from their honeymoon in Montreal and Niagara Falls, the couple's drive through the White Mountains turned into a landmark case in UFO history. The Hills initially observed unusual lights moving in patterns they couldn't explain. Using binoculars, Betty observed a structured craft, while Barney, initially skeptical, became alarmed after seeing uniformed figures inside a disc-shaped object hovering above nearby trees. After approaching for a closer look, Barney rushed back to their car in terror. Following strange beeping sounds, the Hills experienced missing time. Unable to recall driving 35 miles of their journey, they later noticed unusual damage to their clothing and vehicle, along with unexplained physical symptoms. Number 2. Uri Geller. Israeli-British performer Uri Geller gained worldwide fame in the 1970s for apparent psychokinetic abilities, particularly metal bending, which he attributes to extraterrestrial contact. While initially presenting himself primarily as an entertainer, Geller later claimed his abilities originated from an encounter with a brilliant light from an extraterrestrial intelligence when he was 5 years old. Geller's performances, including seemingly impossible metal bending and watch repairs without physical contact, attracted significant scientific attention. Research at Stanford Research Institute, published in the prestigious journal Nature, suggested Geller demonstrated genuine paranormal capabilities under controlled conditions. Though these findings remain highly controversial, what distinguishes Geller's case is the substantial scientific documentation of his apparent abilities, combined with his later assertions about extraterrestrial origins. Number 1. Robert Lazar. In 1989, Robert Lazar emerged with what became one of the most influential insider accounts of alleged extraterrestrial technology, claiming he worked as a physicist at S4, a secret facility near Area 51 in Nevada, reverse engineering crashed alien spacecraft. Lazar described examining 9 different extraterrestrial crafts, detailing their propulsion systems that supposedly manipulated gravity using an element he called Element 115. According to Lazar, this substance, not yet discovered on Earth when he made his claims, generated a gravity field enabling instantaneous space travel. You sent 4. Do you know any other stories of people who claim to be from space? Tell me in the comments below. And since you liked this video, I'm going to leave a special suggestion for you that will appear on the screen now. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.